Hey everyone, welcome to episode 13 of the Nevada Entrepreneurs Podcast. I'm here with my guest and holiday decor specialist, Brianna Waufle of the Garden Interiors. So Brianna, if you could explain a little bit to us who you are and what you do and why you do it.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, Dylan. My name is Brianna Waufle, and I grew up here in Las Vegas. I was a preschool teacher for about 15 years. And I needed some additional income. And so through a mutual friend, we found, basically I got a side hustle to get some extra income, and it was decorating corporate lobbies for extra money. I did that for a couple years, and they actually asked my husband and I if we would take over. So now I'm a professional Christmas tree decorator. Something I never thought I would do, but when an opportunity presents itself, sometimes you just gotta go for it. So that same year we took over in 2019, my husband and I got married. We moved to Tennessee. So we came back for decorating season, went back home, came back to take it down, and for 5 years we did that. So we traveled back and forth from Tennessee to here because the previous owners already had clients here. And we had 2 boys and a dog, and we decided that was a lot going on in our world around the holidays, so we decided to move back. So we are now Nevada residents again, and luckily we have the same clients that the previous owners had for I think 15, 20 years now. And I think that really goes to show just the importance of investing in decor. I think, especially the corporate spaces, well, there was obviously a hiccup, especially in 2020 when a lot of people went home. That was definitely the second year we owned the business.
Good times in that era.
Yes, yeah. So our second year of owning this business, we had to deal with obviously people pausing holiday decor and saying, nobody's in the office, nobody's in there. What does that look like for us? So we were able to scale things down a little bit. We usually propel these 15-foot ornaments from the ceiling. That's obviously something they didn't invest in that year. But a lot of people who still went into the office, they wanted little trees, and they still wanted to celebrate the season. So we were able to come back, masks and all, and we still did decor for that year. So I think slowly people are making their way back into the business space. And I also think people realize that they're not as successful working from home. I think some people do have a niche for it.
We crave social interaction.
Yes.
That's just a fact. It's human biology.
Yeah. So for us, it's good that people are going back to the office. These big corporate spaces are gaining more tenants, so they have more budget and they are willing to invest in holiday decor. So good for us.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And when it's not Christmas time, what type of decor can you, I guess, do for offices? Like let's say 4th of July, Memorial Day, towards that time of year. Any kind of spring season stuff. How about Valentine's Day?
Yeah. I really enjoy making wreaths, and so I was going to create like a wreathly, I'm sorry, I just combined those words, a monthly wreath, either subscription service or just a gathering. And so yeah, for the month of February, we would get together, and like for corporate businesses as like a team building activity, they go to these escape rooms or they go out to nice dinners. We could all get together and create seasonal wreaths together that are themed. They can be on brand for the company or not. And so yeah, February you have Valentine's Day, March you have St. Patrick's Day, there's Easter. Unfortunately though, I think a lot of people are trying to stay inclusive. And so when we focus on a lot of those seasons that have a religious background, businesses can't. So then I try to break it down to the season, right? You have summer, spring, winter, fall. So if you were to create a wreath to put on your door for springtime, right? You can put that up early and it can stay for 3 to 4 months. And you make one for the summer with lemons and sailboats or whatnot. And that can stay all summer long, or patriotic. Patriotic you can keep up really all year. So we specialize in Christmas and holiday decor. We do Hanukkah, we do Kwanzaa, Chinese New Year. So we can celebrate anything for this season, but we are trying to expand and do like faux artificial floral pots for businesses, so those can stay up year round, no maintenance because they're artificial. and we could do like a spring potted plant with, you know, matching, not really a garland, but really like the world is our oyster. We could do whatever a business wants.
Mhm.
So depending on the space and what they need, right? If it's a corporate event and they need centerpieces, we aren't really like a party service, so we don't decorate for one event. There's a lot of local people, luckily, that do those charity events and big parties, but in regards to investing in something that could stay up for a longer period of time and even maybe be stored and brought back out for the next year. That's something I'm really big on, is like sustainability. So invest in something that can be used over and over again. The trends are nice, the trends are cool, but something that's popular right now, again, it's all on your budget. So if you as a business owner want something that's on trend right now, we can make that happen. But the hope is we're able to provide something for you that you can use year after year.
Yeah.
Right now, we've done a couple things for the spring, and they were more like pop-up things. So we are trying to stick with investing in some long-term decor. Our products are quality, especially here in the Vegas sun. Like, they don't fade. It gets windy here, so you really want a professional to create and install these pieces if they're going to be outdoors. You want something that will last.
Yeah.
But at the time, we aren't really there. I can mention that actually after our talk today, I will be going to the World Market, because in January and July of every year, businesses are showcasing and releasing this year's trends and new products. So I'll actually be heading right down the street, and I'll be able to go see some of the new products released this year by our wholesale dealers and be able to provide new things and refreshed ideas for customers this year when they ask. And then in July, it's as if like the design year is a year ahead. So July, we'll be talking about like spring of 2027 and winter of 2027. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, you should be.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And what is your favorite part about doing holiday decor in your business?
Thanks for asking. So as a previous preschool teacher, my attention to detail and kind of the organization, I really enjoy like the following the process part of it, right? Like you get the client, you get to build the package, you go decorate. Like I really enjoy all the steps that come with it in regards to the formula, right? Like the tree has a formula. There's so many bulbs in this size and the ribbon, and so I think that's what I really enjoy about it, because it's like a formula to follow. Obviously everyone's different and it can be customized to anything. But something I want to focus on more this year is the feeling it gives people when they walk in. The holidays are a very warm, fuzzy, nostalgic time of year for us, and they're also super stressful. And some people have to deal with family drama where they don't get to see their family. And so our hope is that we can take away that pressure for businesses and provide those warm, fuzzy feelings in the workplace for people that are going 5 days a week, long hours of the day. The hope is that they walk in and like, that's right, it's Christmas time. And then when they leave, so I'm trying to focus on feelings, like decor is
Get in
important.
the spirit.
Yeah, get in the spirit.
Yeah.
And like we put it up early, so we're up like mid-November, and it stays up through January. So I think I want to focus, I want to introduce more like smells and sounds and movement to the displays.
Like candles and things like that?
Not candles, like real wax candles, but yeah, some sort, they're like oil, like purifiers, air purifiers. There's like those reed sticks. So I'm playing around with ideas for people to add scents to each of their displays, because that also triggers, right? That has like a psychological trigger.
Yeah.
And then I want to do movement, so whether that be like animatronic movements or putting the tree on a stand that spins, or I want them to be a little interactive.
Yeah.
Not quite like, we could do like LED lights, but I'm trying to like touch on all 5 senses, and I'm hoping that will set us apart. We won't just be like your plain Jane display. I want there to be feeling and movement and just a little more creativity, I guess forward thinking and innovation in regards to our displays. So I'll keep my eye out right now when I go to the market and see what they have. But that's something I'm going to focus on this year, because there's there's quite a few people here that can, like I said, follow the formula and put a tree together. With Pinterest and TikTok now, I mean, the ideas are endless, and Amazon being at our fingertips, people are able to utilize and get anything they want. My hope is I can provide businesses with products they can't get anywhere, that they can only get through a professional. Life-size pieces, right? Like big polar bears and whatnot.
Yeah, well, I think the point too is you want to make them understand that. You want to get them to understand that here's why you use us, and you know, as many testimonials as you can get to. I think your big focus for these should be de-stressing people.
Yes.
So you're talking about all the senses. That right there ties into de-stressing, because when you're talking about a holiday season, buying gifts, coming up with the money to buy gifts, the expenses of travel, and then if they got to go to places that have the kind of snowstorm they had this week in the Midwest, there's flight cancellations, there's all sorts of stuff. The holidays are a pretty stressful time of year. So when your business can highlight the de-stressing part of it and people can feel relieved by it, now you've got something going for you.
But the other thing I wanted to focus on this year is bringing to life the fact that holiday decor can increase foot traffic. So in regards to a business, especially these large businesses with big window displays that are on the main street, if there's a huge Christmas display in there, people are going to be interested. Or they're going to say, wow, like they have the money to invest in really nice decor. Their business is probably really good. Their employee morale is really good. And that's what I was talking about when people walk into the space. If they know that their manager has invested in decorating their space, it makes them want to work for them. They feel happy for the company that they work for. Wow, like, yeah, it doesn't have to be about the money, but about the care, right? Like my manager cares about us and is not asking us to go to the dollar store to pick up decor to decorate. They've hired a professional to come in and take it off our plate. We try to say we offer white glove service, like we take care of it all. We come in after business hours, so we're not disrupting the workplace. Your business closes at 5, we're there at 5:30, ready to go. It happens overnight. They come in the next day, it's taken care of. Or we can come in on the weekend. So we're like little elves that creep in. It's funny. I wish maybe this year we need to like put hidden cameras in the tree, because I really want to capture these people's impressions. One day they went home, and the next day it's like 25-foot tree in the lobby. I mean, it takes us 4 to 6 hours to do some of these displays. It's not.
No, maybe you wouldn't want to sneak the camera in. Some people don't like to be snuck on film. You might want to like
ask. Not these corporate lobby spaces.
No.
You have to have permission.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I just wanted to point that out.
No, you're right. Maybe on the door too, I would have a sign and. Right, they're being recorded. Yeah. So maybe you can help me on that. We'll dive a little deeper on the permissions of that and what that would look like. But I would love to capture everyone's reaction when they walk in. And most of them, because it's some of the same display that's been there year after year, right? They invested 1 year, and we use that for like 5 to 7, even 10 years. So it's the same decor. And so for somebody who belonged to that company, it's like, oh yeah, I remember. Versus like, which I know it's exciting to see something new, but I was thinking the other day, downtown Summerlin has that big tree outside of the ice skating rink. I don't know if you've ever been.
Oh, by, I think I know what you're talking about. No.
It's on like the west side.
I think I've seen that.
Red and silver balls. It's a big tree.
Oh, I've seen that,
Yeah, so I took my boys there. We rode the train this year.
Oh,
we did the thing, and of course I'm like scoping it out. I'm checking it out, and like, okay, it's a little dusty, and it's been the same tree for several years. There's nothing fancy about it. But again, it was probably a high ticket item for downtown Summerlin to invest in. And people go back year after year to get a picture in front of that same tree. So again, having children, you're pregnant, taking a picture in front of a baby, and then you have a 1-year-old and then a 2-year-old. And for 5 to 10 years, families are taking a picture in front of the same tree. So there's that too.
Because the tree doesn't change, but the kid's growth does. Yeah, so it's a different picture every year, despite the same tree.
And so I know like people like to have something fresh and new every year, but there's also people who, I know they choose the same Santa at the mall. They want to go back to the same Santa because they've had a photo with their kid with the same Santa. So I think that's something to remember when you're investing with decor. Like you can have a cute little trendy build, but also there's just something to be said about the same, a repeat piece that brings back memories time and time again. And we refresh them, right? We can give it new balls when they do end up fading or they break, and we can add, one thing I do love to do is like wrap presents professionally, wrap big Christmas gifts, and because the businesses, like, they're not gonna put gifts under it, and they're all empty, of course. You wouldn't believe the amount of gifts have shifted because you know people are picking them up and shaking them. But I like to put all those gifts under the tree because it just finishes the display and people take pictures with it. So again, like we can incorporate colors of the lobby into the tree or your brand. If you have really unique brand colors, or even get ornaments personalized. If you're like a food industry, we can get food ornaments.
Donuts.
Yeah,
that's a cool ornament.
at a donut shop. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
So we can tie in your brand and really customize it to you. So that's one thing I do love doing. There's something about like a timeless classic setup, the traditional Christmas colors, but then being able to tie it into your office space, I really think can speak to public a little bit more, and again, increase foot traffic. So that's something I'm big on. I'm trying to up the feelings and bring more brand awareness to each business place and know that they can customize it to celebrate not only their company, but the season. And then that boosts employee morale. So they all kind of tie in together.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, you definitely want to be able to do all that. What I was gonna ask too is, do you have a social media videographer with your business yet?
Not specifically.
So I was gonna say about that, maybe what you should do is you work with somebody there, but instead of you directly paying them, you could have the clients pay that as a bundle because they typically do need some promotion by video. And if you say, well, I got this social media video package that's just a little bit more, but if you were to pay for these separately, you'd be paying more.
Okay.
Yeah, so some kind of bundle deal they could do where because you want to have a good decor office, which is great, but if they got a corporate party and they got to promote that, they're still going to have to get some videography for that. So if you had a videographer, social media person on your team that could work with you for this, and then, you know, you just work out something where, yeah, you're both still, you know, generating your revenue for doing your business, but the client doesn't have to pay as much because you have some kind of cool bundle going on. And then even like a limited time special where like on the slow months, you could be like, all right, well, we got this really screaming deal for 25% or 50%, whatever, less than normal. And then closer to the holiday, just raise the price a little more because as they're waiting, it's like, you want to wait and pay more, or do you want to just get it over with now? And then that way, it's like you're both generating extra business for yourselves, but you're cutting their cost as a business for the separate videography promo and the decor.
And taking away, again, another thing off of their shoulders, off of their plate, right? Providing that for them. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, I feel like that would help you because, and obviously social media videographers love to, you know, get extra work doing stuff like that, but then as long as you just remember to invite them to collaborate with your page whenever they've done a videography for a client, now it's like, okay, now their followers can see that they work with Garden Interiors, and now that's like, it's just more exposure for all of you when there's collaborations on Instagram and other stuff.
Yeah, it's been a huge learning curve about the business, right? I wear all the hats, so when we took it over, I kind of had zero experience running a business, and now social media is this huge tool that we have at our fingertips, but it's another thing to learn, to focus on. That's something I have had to figure out is like, where are my clients finding me? So my ideal client, right, like property managers, managers of HOA companies, people running these huge corporate plazas, they're not just scrolling on Instagram on their lunch break. So I'm trying to find them on LinkedIn. I'm trying to connect it, networking events. But really, ideally, what's been my best bet is going door to door on foot and meeting them, giving them my flyer, because I continue to ask them, like, where can I meet other people like you? Like,
Yeah.
they're not hanging out at happy hour networking events.
No.
So that's probably been the hardest part, is like truly getting in front of the ideal client, and getting exposure to them.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Because, yeah, I mean, our events are like networking, educational portions, and then networking again. But there's also all sorts of different type of events I don't host that, you know, you can meet these people at, like, especially vendor pop-up events. So,
There's definitely a community for small business owners.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that there are. I mean, yeah, I could fill my calendar multiple times a week with events, and I had started to. And I think that was distracting me from the big picture, because again, who I needed wasn't there. So then I was relying on referrals and word of mouth, and the small business owners those aren't the people hiring me. So that's kind of been a learning curve, is really reaching out to, I don't want to say the top dogs, but yeah, getting in front of those managers.
Have you talked to the networking queen, Trisha, that's come to my events that you've, because she knows so many people in big business too.
Okay.
Yeah, she's like, I call her the networking queen because she goes to so many different events. She told me she put like 35,000 miles in her car last year going to networking events. I'm like, you better write that all off on tax time. Yeah. And she says she's got a good CPA for that. I would definitely talk to her if I was you about that. But yeah, I appreciate how often you've come to mind.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And like, you're right, like we are social human beings.
Mm-hmm.
And especially as a mom, I'm home with my boys full time, and so I'm trying to get out any spare time I have.
Yeah.
So I like to be out, and there's nothing, I don't want to be at home behind my phone. So there's something about meeting in person, shaking the hand, giving your business card, that definitely speaks volumes over. I mean, and the virtual stuff is all at our fingertips, which is really nice to have that option. So I try to jump on a couple of those, but in the end, I need to be really reaching out to who truly makes the decisions at that workplace, and then follow up with them. I'm trying to figure out how can I prove my authority on what I do, make myself stand out, and really get them to trust me, because it is an investment, right? To get the good big package. I mean, but luckily it's like a one-time thing, and then they hire us back year after year to install it. So when I meet someone and they give me an idea, if we're going to move forward on what it looks like, I spend hours on the website sourcing products and trying to find the best price, and then really late summer things start going out of stock. So I think that's one thing I want to touch on, is like, when should people reach out to me? Because October is realistically too late.
Oh, okay. See, I'm learning this. I didn't know how early people reach out to.
I know people don't want to talk
holidays.
about it right now, but like, we as decorators are working year round. Like I said, I'm going to the market right now, and so we're already planning 2026, 2027. And so in the corporate world, right, I mean, in all business, things are broken up in quarters, and so typically they know their budget for the year. They know what they have in Q1, Q2, Q3, or Q4. So my hope is, if they reach out to me, let's say Q2, they're reaching out in April or May, that might be a little early still, but to get the ball rolling on starting with me, we sit down and go over what we want. Then I can order everything in the summer, and it's coming June, July, or August. Because there's things I have to prepare. I have to take it out of the package. I have to hot glue everything to make sure they're super secure. I get it all out of the box and make sure everything is there, make sure pieces are not missing and broken. And so behind the scenes, there's a lot of things I have to do. That can't wait till November 1st. Like, that has to get started earlier. And then if I'm making wreaths, like I'm gluing the balls on and doing the ribbon. I mean, there's just so much that happens prior that I don't think people realize.
No, they don't.
And so my hope is we can break up that cost. We can get materials ordered in the summer, and then the cost of labor will come Q3 or Q4. And so I was hoping
I think it makes it easier for people though, when they can break
to
it up.
digest it, operating expenses versus the product. So.
Well, and a lot of us, I think a lot of you probably didn't even know that October's a bit too late. I didn't know that. I thought people were just like getting started with the holiday decor stuff in the fall.
That's when it comes to mind for most people.
Yeah, well now you know. Better get ready in the early spring.
Yeah. I was talking to some people, because while it's fresh in people's mind right now, I'm reaching out to businesses and being like, okay, what did you have? What did you want? What did you wish you had? let's talk about it now while
Yeah.
it's fresh in their mind, because it does start to dwindle away. We're already jumping into, it's Valentine's Day, and then it's Easter, and then it's summer break. Nobody wants to talk about Christmas, even though Christmas in July is kind of like another holiday for me. I like to celebrate Christmas in July. So you might get a Christmas card for me.
How do you celebrate in July, like any differently than December?
I don't
or-
truly celebrate like at my home, but as a business, I'm celebrating.
Oh,
so
okay.
that's when I would offer a promo. Like this is our
That's
Christmas
cool.
in July
Yeah.
promo. If you book by the end of the month, 10-15% off or whatnot. So I did
Okay.
send out Christmas. So it was like Santa by the beach, or it will be like a cup of hot cocoa with like a little Santa cap on it. So there's like fun ways that we can get the conversation started, because fall, and then right if you wait until fall, kids are back to school, people are busy, and so it's never the right time, I guess. It's never the right time for somebody until it's too late. We don't really keep that big inventory. And so if you were to come to me in November and be like, I can offer the 7.5 foot or the 9 foot tree, I do have in stock, and I can put together a package by sourcing locally. I don't like to do that. It's not the best of products, right? If I'm going to these local box stores. And I also don't want to offer something that anybody could get. I really want to offer things that
Unique.
are quality and unique and premium, and they last longer. We don't want to be going to Walmart to get our balls and our ribbon.
No.
We will. If you call me in November, you might get Hobby Lobby or Michael's. R.I.P. Joann's. I'm so sad Joann's is gone.
Oh, I didn't even know they were out of business.
I mean, it's a fabric store mostly, but they still have great holiday stuff.
Yeah.
So the hope is, we're able to get newly released products for the year come summertime. And they're sold out by fall. So to get the good stuff, the people investing in high quality decoration displays are thinking about it early. We're thinking about it now. Purchase something that can last 10 years, and then we can switch that up. But that is one of the biggest things I get, right? My inbox just gets filled end of October. They're like, okay, Halloween's over. Yeah, November's coming, but then it's Christmas. And I'm like, we're ready. My calendar's full. So like, I know my schedule. September, I already have my clients because I have returning clients. So I have the same 20 displays that I've been doing for years. They have the priority dates. They want it up early November, they get it up early November. So if you come to me late and you want it up, if I don't have a date, you're gonna have to wait. Sometimes you're gonna have availability like first and second week of December, but then that means you're only getting it a couple weeks before Christmas. And then the more clients you have, the earlier they do have to go up, because there's only so many days in November. I feel like everybody wants it in November, but we can't do everybody in November.
No, it doesn't make any sense anyway. No, it's like you said, start out in the summer and then just go from there.
And then it just gives us time. Again, you can break up your operating expenses that way. It gives us time to source the products. It gives us time to do everything we need to do behind the scenes. We gotta start sooner. So, PSA to everybody. Christmas in the
summer. Start planning in the summer or even the late spring if you are really worried about it. Because
now, if it's something you want, let's get on a call and let's talk about it. Let me come down and see your space. Let's measure it. Let's talk about the vision. Let's see what we can do.
Her business is only growing, so you might want to jump on it sooner and sooner. Because
time is now.
Time is now, especially when you've got your 2 boys at home you got to take care of too. How old are they?
They're 2 and 4.
2 and 4.
Yeah, my little babies. So, this business has been hard. Like, this hasn't been easy. Running a business is not easy.
No,
Running a
never
business
is.
with kids is not easy. My husband travels. He was gone 16 days out of the month this year.
Oh, wow.
So, half the month he was gone. And so getting time to meet with you today, we had to fit it in like a jigsaw puzzle. We did come back to Las Vegas to get help, so I'm very happy to have help here with them when I need, but not full time. And so, where was I going with that?
Time is of the essence.
This business, working this business as hard as it's been, is I just don't want to give up. I want my boys to see me push through and prosper and be successful at something again that I never thought I would be doing. But when you're given something, you just make it happen. And so my youngest is obsessed with holidays. He still asks me to draw skeletons when we sit down to draw. He still wears his Grinch pajamas. So we're building a legacy for them. whether they want to continue on later on in life with it or not, it's something that I want them to see us work hard at and be successful.
Yeah.
And then something they can continue on with their life.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you gotta set the example, right? Yeah, that's great. So we talked about you having a videographer. If they can also do photography too, that'd be a great thing to have for the package. And you know, I mean, like I said, then you could still raise the overall cost a bit for all of you, but find a way where it reduces their cost for the 3 separate things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's your decor, videography, photography,
Mm-hmm.
because then the business, when they can get all that for a better deal and get some really well done professional photos of their decor, it could just help them get more attendees for next year's parties. Like, I don't know how many of them actually charge money for their party, or even sponsors where they don't have to charge money because the sponsor paid for it. But you want to keep those sponsors coming and get more sponsors coming. So you do want to have an attractive display. And I know you can do that with your decor, but if they are able to get a package with the photography and videography and your decor for an overall lower cost, it's better for everybody.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, and that's something we'll test with. And I definitely have like plenty of contacts in that area. I have had quite a few people help me personally to get video and photography for
Mhm.
our own website and our own social media. And so if that's something I can offer as well, obviously we would both benefit from it, because I'm constantly needing updated photos to market myself, put on my flyers and website, like I said. And most of these companies, right, they have Christmas parties. And so you want an attractive display for all their clients and customers that they're taking pictures in front of. And again, these are things that they look back on years and years later. So it is good to have a very well done display and invest in really well done pictures and videos, especially if it's branded, if it has the company name on the tree, their colors, any other visuals that might represent their company. I think that's unique. I don't think not everybody does that. Again, you can't just go to Michael's and pick up a branded ornament for your company. So here in Las Vegas, we are so lucky to have all these other businesses and companies that can create really anything we want.
Yeah, I gotta say, Las Vegas is a pretty solid business and entrepreneur market. There's places I've hosted events in that really are not that great for it, and but my top 2 I'd say would be here in Phoenix.
Okay.
Yeah, Phoenix, Arizona has been pretty solid for the Impact Social Nights out-of-state events, and it's like a lot of the same thing in Vegas. The lowest number of people that come to these events is 20 people, which is pretty great. And yeah, it's a very enthusiastic crowd, just like here. And there's plenty of businesses that I'm sure if you were willing to venture out of state, I could get you in touch with over there too.
No, we've talked about it before. Yeah, I'd love to go to Reno and Phoenix and really start getting in touch with some people out there.
Yeah.
Kind of sad I didn't really stretch out much in Tennessee while we were there. 'Cause this business just wasn't a focus. I mean, like I said, it just started as a side gig for me to get some extra money until it became my reality. And so here in Las Vegas, this is where we have clients currently, but we are willing to grow and looking to expand in the future. As my boys get older, it's just going to get easier and easier. And I have really found some quality people behind me that help me each and every year. They're taking on more and more responsibilities, so as we grow, I don't have to be present at every single install. The hope is, right, if I get sick or my boys need me, my team can still carry on without me. So we've been trying to, I guess that's another thing I'm trying to work on this year is, right, just get like good videos and systems into place so that each install can
look its best.
Look its best with or without me.
Yeah. Well, and there's another thing I was just thinking of too. Maybe your next focus should be to get expansions into Tennessee, like towards Nashville, so that when you do want to visit what was it called again, that town?
Spring Hill.
Spring Hill? When you want to visit Spring Hill, you can actually make that a tax deductible trip because you're doing it for business. I mean, of course, there has to be like more than 1 hour of business involved for me. You know how this works, but really, if you're like out there for a couple days, once every month or two, then it's like, okay, cool. Now you got a tax deductible trip back to a city you really like. And then I also remember, didn't you tell me you're from Southern California?
Mm-hmm.
So Orange County, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you should try to expand some operations into that area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Yeah.
still have family out in Costa Mesa and down in San Diego and
There you go.
everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like, I mean, I've owned the business now, this will be year 7, but I feel like only in the last 2 years have I really focused on what this can look like as my main source of income.
Yeah. I mean, you know.
And then people getting back into the office now,
Mhm.
because we do residential.
Yeah.
I'm open to residential clients, and when I moved away, that's when the Raiders came, and we were here for the Golden Knights. But I feel like if we had stayed and I had kept my connections open a little bit more, I would probably be in a lot of their homes, let's say. And so still, the door's still open. My husband's in like the audio and entertainment industry, and so he knows a lot of people that work at T-Mobile Arena and that work at Allegiant Stadium. And so when we're ready to just start kind of getting a little more warm in those areas, the hope is we can expand.
Yeah, no, I would say definitely target the areas you want to expand the most. So you got Vegas already, you're good there. I would say target the SoCal area,
Okay.
target the Nashville and Tennessee area, and yeah, target the Phoenix area. My mentor's got some great contacts for you I can refer you to. And I got other friends that know a lot of people out there, and it's just like a growing market of people. The metro area there has like 6 million.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of people that you can be in touch with in Phoenix. Do you work with realtors or anybody like that?
So that's
or-
something I was going to touch on next, is kind of who we service. Because I
Yeah.
keep saying commercial, I keep saying corporate.
Yeah. Let's get specific
Yeah.
and niche it down.
So we can really do anything. I mean, we can be in gyms, we can be in hospitals, boutique shops, hair salons. Ideally, we were working in office settings that had like multi-tenant offices. So you walk into one lobby space, and then there's elevators that take it up to several floors. So the idea is like several companies get to enjoy that display. But yeah, like HOA properties,
Yes,
they
the
have
big ones.
community centers. A lot of these
Oh yeah, clubhouses.
clubhouses,
There you go.
high-rise condominiums, lawyer offices, attorneys' offices. Yeah, really, I think that's what, and it comes down to budget, right? The
Yeah.
company itself has to have the budget for it. So, like, we're at a hair salon right now. This is my friend's little barber shop. So she's not going to have the investment to do a $5,000 to $10,000 display in the space, and there's no need for it. So who has the need? So a lot of the headquarters, there's so many headquarters here. So I need to, get in touch with the office managers of these headquarter offices and the owners.
Yeah, I was thinking for the residential part you were talking about earlier, maybe you should have sports themed holiday decor setups where you could get, let's say you got some hardcore Golden Knights fans that want to have some Christmas stuff, but like Golden Knights ornaments of the Knight logo and the VGK lettering as ornaments. I mean, there's some really hardcore fans of that team out here, so that could be a good base for you to promote your services based on that. Like, yeah, we can get some custom designed VGK ornaments for you. There's like numerous ideas off that, even a Christmas type of jersey where it's like, Christmas 2026, and then you have their name on the back as if they were one of the players.
We can put hockey sticks in the tree.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Helmet as the tree topper.
Yeah.
I mean, my dream would be to get into T-Mobile Arena or City National Arena, or be decorating the spaces where more people can enjoy it.
Yeah, and you said your husband worked in audio and videos. How often have you been able to collaborate with him for your business when it comes to promotion and other things like that? Have you thought about that?
Not for promotion. He works for a very large corporate client, corporate company. And I guess, we could decorate their office space. Their headquarters is in Niles, Chicago.
Okay.
We were supposed to move there, so we actually went to Nashville because my husband's job took us there. But they wanted us in Chicago first, and then they said Atlanta or St. Louis, and I was like, snow, because we were never going to get back home for the holidays.
Yeah.
We would have never made our flights if we were leaving Chicago in November.
No.
December.
No.
So Nashville, I mean, it ended up, it's snowing right now in Nashville. It ended up working out. But in regards to, like, if I ever did start my own podcast, or if I just dipped into videography a little bit more, the equipment that his company sells would be able to help me in that way. But his company hasn't marketed or promoted for me. His social circle is pretty large, and most of them do know what we do. Some of them have. There was actually a potential candidate in San Francisco that was thinking of expanding out there with us. He came out 2 years ago and he helped us install because he wanted to know what it was like, so that he could open up a branch out there. So
nice.
Slow and steady. We're working slow and steady. Again, like, my main focus is the boys, and so we've been fortunate enough to have clients already when we took over, and we're happy that they're with us year after year. And so it's just focusing on how quickly do we want to grow and obtain new clients.
No, growth matters for sure. When I was talking about the video podcast studio earlier, they were talking about how you can get clients from podcasting. There was somebody who had the person on speakerphone in one of the mics, and then they were on the other mic, and it was being recorded, and then they got like a 6-figure sale from that.
Wow.
Just from, like, they talked about a deal, and it's like how podcasting, and it just blew my mind. I was like, okay.
No,
So
I think it's an incredible avenue that I honestly thought was going to phase out in time. Because I've been listening to podcasts for 10 years, and so I thought it was going to go away. But a lot of us that continue to, like, educating ourselves, we like to read about stuff. I've recently been getting into, like, human design, and so I've been listening a little bit more of that, and I'm hoping that will help me in business, and then I want to know, like, my kids and be able to work with them more based on who they are and why they are the way they are. But yeah, I did dabble in a little podcasting last year, and I had a lot of fun, and I think it's a good way for people to hear what you do and learn about you and get trust, and just there's only so much knowledge I can talk about and share in regards to the business, right? I'm not going to make a video and show you how I decorate a tree from the ground up, but I think there's a lot of things I can talk about, like we have today, as to why it's important, what, when, and how we can do this. So I have definitely sat down and gone over topics of discussion, and I think I could. I think I've specifically gone looking for podcasts to hear other decorators. And a lot of them have YouTube channels, a lot of them are showing how they decorate. And I think, again, time is difficult for me, so I might not be able to meet up in person. But we could do it all online. If I set up a little place at home and I just have them feature on video, I think it wasn't a goal of this year, but I think it's something that I could easily make happen.
I was gonna say, you should definitely have your clients on your podcast.
Okay.
Like testimonial podcast, but also they're like, so what really stuck out for me about how you decorated my office and what my employees said, or what my guests in my office party said. And then you show video of the examples in between. Now you're talking about really helping grow your business through promotion through the podcast. So, like, and then it also helps the client of yours that wants some extra exposure get more exposure. So you could include that in their holiday decor package. And then I'd say with the people you've already worked with, I wouldn't charge them for like up to an hour if I already had them as a client. Like, I would just, so that you can help get them more exposure, but then help yourself as well with getting those testimonials through the podcast. Because they'll appreciate if you give them a 1 hour free episode where you can just sit down, record them. Like you said at home, you could sit down while you have one of the boys in your arms and record an episode where you're like, so what was your favorite part about our decor, or what did you like the most, what stuck out the most about our services? And then you're having a conversation about that. So like episode 1 could be the office client you did for the longest period of time. Episode 2 could be that residential client you did. Like I'd say switch it up and then maybe put this out on a bi-weekly or weekly basis.
Okay.
So whatever it's your life, but I would suggest that.
Yeah, okay. I do feel like I don't want to bother the clients, like when it's not Christmas. Again, I try not to involve them. I try to involve them as little as possible so that we just take care of it all. I did ask for a couple testimonies already, just text or email. And so I'm not sure if they would make the time to come and be featured, but if I offer them something in return.
It doesn't hurt to ask though.
Yeah.
If you just are like, hey, do you mind recording an episode with me for my new podcast? We'd like to share about your office. And then I think they would appreciate it more knowing that you're willing to like put their banner somewhere in the video, that you're putting their links to where people can find them. Because trust me when I say this, people do always want that extra promotion. Yeah, when they're looking for ways to get out there farther, if they know they can get on a podcast that can, and then because they will share it with their friends, and then their friends share it around like, oh wow, she did an amazing job for you. And then if they've got video they can share with their friends of the episode, then people they know will actually be more likely to call you because they've actually seen not only what they said on the video, but also the video and pictures of what it looks like. So you're combining that all into an episode, and then that can help you grow your business through a podcast like that. So yeah, people talk about it being saturated, but it's about how you do it, and you gotta remember when there's competition, there's only one you.
Like I said, yeah, I've looked at specifically looking for someone else doing what I do for some guidance, and there isn't anybody there.
There you go.
So.
You be unique. There you go. Is there anything you want to close us out with?
No, yes. Thank you for your time.
Sure.
Thank you to my friend Felicia who owns Amic
Thank you,
Place.
Felicia.
Yes.
This is a great
It's
spot.
Beautiful spot down here in downtown Las Vegas near Arts District. So you'll be hearing a little bit more about her. But yeah, we are so excited to meet new people and show them what we're capable of doing. So you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and our website, gardeninteriourslv.com. I know I'll send all the links to Dylan so he can share them here.
Oh yeah.
Please, word of mouth and referrals are obviously the best compliment and way to get new business. So if you know anybody in the corporate or commercial space that's looking for professional holiday decor this holiday season, please reach out to Garden Interiors Las Vegas.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, please reach out to her. She's one of our inner circle contributors with holiday decor. And thank you, Brianna, for being on this show. You can find us on Instagram at Nevada_entrepreneurs, the out-of-state events at Impact Social Nights, no stashes or underscores there. And then Dylan Rosner, my personal Instagram, DYLENROSNER, Nevada-entrepreneurs.com is the website. But yeah, thank you again for being episode 13 of these weekly episodes. And yeah, we've got a Spotify version coming as well. For all the YouTube viewers like yourselves here, thank you again. And yeah, see you in the next episode.